So if you come down again to home middle, our work. So as you can see, they've got their featured post widget selected. So these are all of their featured posts, and it looks pretty good. And that's the benefit of having a featured image, because if you didn't have a featured image, then it would just look like this one here, hello people, which is pretty plain and not very interesting. So all of these features images really helps to customize the design of your site, the design and feel of your site. So it's important to have those featured images. I'm actually going to delete this widget because I've got an idea of how I want the site to look, and it doesn't include featured posts on the front page. So I'll delete that, and I'll add in a text widget. So come down here, and because we're just customizing the basic elements of the appearance in this part of the tutorial, I'm not actually going to add any text. I'll just have the text thing here selected. So that's all I'm going to have for the home middle. And so I'll come down to home bottom, which is this recent articles part. And again, so this is all of their recent articles that they've published on their blog. They don't have featured images here, so it doesn't, although it kind of looks alright with just the nice font against the white background. Again, I'm going to delete this one. So to delete, you hit this arrow over here, which will show you how to customize this widget, and then you just hit remove, and that removes it. Okay. So I've got my text one. Below my text, I am going to add my form, my sign-in form, and I think it's important to have that prominently on your home page. So where is it? I think it's opt-in form. So you hit opt-in form here. And this is what I was talking about in the content tutorial. You need your title, the text to show before the form, and the text to show after the form. So you have all that there. Again, I'm not going to include it all now. I just want to create the template for where it's going to go. I'll also include here a slideshow. So a responsive slider, and that will have all of my featured pages, my blog, my podcast, and my my Rainmaker tutorial. Okay, so there we go. That's basically the shell, and the footer I'll leave there as it is. So these are the three footer holdings, and I'll leave those there because we're going to do, in a later tutorial, I'll show you how to add in all the content here and customize it so it looks really good. So I'll leave that for now. So save and publish. Remember to save and publish as often as you can. Otherwise, you'll lose all of the customization that you do. So that's content areas for the moment. And again, it doesn't look good at the moment, but I'll show you, it'll evolve. So I'm going to leave all of these other options at the moment. I will change the footer options though. So at the moment it's reading the copyright symbol 2015, and then the Tom Allen .preview, that generic thing there. So, and then over here is the Rainmaker platform link. So I want to change this to the Dirt Road Hacker and the link to there. And then this I'll change to a bit of a tagline. So I'll take out the Tom Allen preview text, and I'll keep in these. As you can see, there's the little tiny dots here, so I'll leave them in. So I'll make that achieve the absurd for the little text, and this link here can be my domain name, dirtroadhacker.com. We'll get rid of the platform, and then we'll make that the Dirt Road Hacker. So that should update there. There we go, and there we are. So that will link there. Now, I wanted to go back and show you how you might be able to create your own favicon. And the favicon, as I said, is this little icon up here, which is at the moment a very generic one. You may not want a favicon. I don't know how important they are, but I mean, it customizes the design a little bit, and I'll show you how you might be able to just create a really basic one. I mean, if you have a look at Facebook's, or we'll have a look at Twitter's. Twitter's is pretty good. Twitter's is a little bird. It doesn't have to be much. Facebook is just the little F, their F, and that's a similar one that I'm going to do. So if you come over to Pixlr again, and you open it up afresh and you get to this page, you want to create a new image. So I'll hit that. And the width and height of a favicon is 16 by 16. So you want to change the width here to 16, and you want to change the height to 16, and make the background transparent. So as you can see, it opens up in this little tiny box, which you're not going to be able to see to customize. So maximize it by pressing this here, maximize, and then it's even smaller. But then come over to this little window here, and the highest you can maximize it to is 999. So make it that, and that's still not huge, but it's big enough. Now, I'm just going to do a very basic background color with the letters D and R on there, and that's going to be my favicon, so dirt road. The color background that I want to use will be this green. I was going to do it a maroon, which is the other color that I use most, but I think because it'll appear here in the home page, it might look better to be the green color. So the good thing about this is that we've got that green color code in our content creation document, so I can go to that, and there it is there. So I just copy this one, come back to the photo editor, and you want to double click on this big main color box here. So you double click there, and you get rid of the zeros, and you paste in your, oh, that didn't work. Let me copy it properly. Copy and paste. Oh, that's not working at all. Okay, I'll just type it in. So 2 zeros, 2 C's, an 8, and a B. Okay, so that's got that color there, so we'll okay that. Okay, so that's now selected as the color that we're going to use. So to fill in this entire box, you come here to, what's it called, the paint bucket tool, click that, and then fill that with green. Now to create your letters, the D and the R, I'll come to this A, and you want to create the D. I want to create the D and the R separately because I want to move them about a bit. So the custom color here is this green, which is obviously not going to work. So I'll move it around to white. I think that will stand out the most, and I'll put my D there. That's obviously too big, so I'll make it 13. I'll make it 20 at the moment so I can drag it. So just press OK there. I know that doesn't sound good, but press OK, and then come to this tool here, which is the move tool. Click on the D and then bring it down so that you can see it. Now that's going to be too big because I want to have an R in that box as well. So come back to the A. Over here in the layers, you need to make sure that the layer is selected to the one that you want to edit. So because I want to edit this D, if it was on here, it would not allow me to customize that D. It invites me to create a new layer, which I don't want to do. So you have to have it selected on the D. Come over here and press it in that area, and the D's there. So that's too big, so I'm going to make it, I might make it 13, and I want to play around with the font a bit. So if you leave your cursor there and then move down with the keyboard arrows, you can see which ones they are, like that. Okay, so I think I wanted this Vidana bold italic, so I'll select that and press OK, and then I can move it into place like that, and then I want to put my R in next to it, so the color's gone back again to that green. I'll move it back around to the F's, and remember the F's are all these, the white is all the F's, so I'll press OK there, add in my R, and you can't see it here, but as long as you move anywhere within this boxed line, it will move. So I'll press OK there, get my move tool, and as long as I press it here, the R will move up. Okay, so there we are. I'm pretty happy with that. It doesn't need to be anything groundbreaking, as long as it kind of looks okay. Now the next thing you've got to do is just save it. So just come up to File and then hit Save. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're saving. If you press Control S, you'll be prompted to save the actual web page. And so if you do just press Control S, use the keyboard, you've just got to cancel out of this big screen here because you want this one here. It's a bit different. So the best way to avoid making a mistake is just come down to Control Save, and then you'll always have that. So change this to favicon, and JPEG's fine. Press OK. And we want it to be saved to our website build. Images. Okay, favicon. So I'll save it there in my images. And there we are. So now we come back over to customize our Rainmaker, and we come up to favicon, no image. We'll select a file, and there's our favicon there. So we'll press that, choose, and that will upload. We'll save and publish. And we'll close out so we can have a look. So that'll take us back to wherever it does. Hover over here, have a view of the site, and there's our favicon there. And it looks, you know, it's basic, but it's customized. It matches my colors, and it works. So that is our basic design customization. As you can see, it doesn't look fantastic, but I mean, we've got the footer change, we've got our menus in, we've got our text boxes there that I'll add in later. We've got our nice heading. We've got our backstretch image. So this is just the first step. We're going to, in the next episode, we will customize our sidebars for our pages. So as you can see, these are a bit basic. So we're going to change the sidebar up in the next episode. So excellent. I'll see you then.